And now, the great pleasure is mine to introduce Reverend Jennifer for our weekly message and meditation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. So we finished up last month with prosperity and abundance, and I was going to move into love, but I read something this week from a book called Zero, the Starting Point of Creating Reality, and you can see the little Jesus there. He's my bookmark. And the beginning of this starts with the act of creating. And that's what prayer does. And when we're trying to create our abundance and prosperity, when we're trying to create other things, people believe life is beyond their control, that they can only manage their thoughts, emotions, and actions. We often scramble through life as it unfolds. However, everything around you exists solely for you. We are not passive beings dragged along by life. Everyone can create their own reality exactly as they imagine it, be it money, appearance, relationships, fame, or wealth, anything at all. Easy to say, but why is it so hard in practice? We ourselves are the most fundamental reason why creation doesn't happen. We are limited by our own imagination and fixed ideas. Boundaries limit our imagination to what we have experienced and thought. These boundaries are fixed ideas embedded in our subconscious, governing our entire system. Every time you wish for something new, it remains imagination and not reality. And as each imagination fails, dissatisfaction with life grows. So haven't we had those experiences? When we're growing up, we've talked about this before, we come into this life experience as a blank slate with inklings of remembrances of who we really, really are. And we remember that when we're in the spirit world, but when we incarnate into our physical form for another life experience, we don't bring that with us, because then we can't have the experience we want. And in our growing up, people have said what we are, what we like, what we don't like, how we're going to be. This doesn't work. You have to work hard for a living. You're never going to grow up to be the President of the United States. You're not going to be a doctor. You can't afford to go to college. All of these can'ts and cannots. And those are in our brains. I remember being limited in that thinking as well. I didn't have a college education. I didn't go to college. I was never going to be a person who made a lot of money. I told myself that because that's what I heard all my life. If you want to be really successful, you have to go to college. So I settled for not going to college because other things opened up for me. And this is where I am now. And I love where I am now. This is not what I had in mind. It unfolded beautifully for me and all the things that I do. And the same thing with the word success. What does that mean? We all have this vision of what success means for us. And a lot of it is put onto us by others. When we recognize and know we have that power within ourselves to create our life experience, and we are doing it every day. Creation is the act of bringing something into existence from nothing. It ranges from the very small to the very large, from things directly related to me to those that seem completely unrelated. People think creation is something special, but it's actually a constant, everyday process. We live in it without realizing we are creators. Creation is not something extraordinary. Thinking a thought is creation, the creation of thought. Setting up a meeting or bumping into someone is creation, the creation of action. Digesting food and excreting waste is creation, the creation of transformation. Turning an empty bottle into a beautiful vase is creation, the creation of repurposing. An argument that makes a friendship awkward is creation, the creation of relationships. Creation happens every moment, from the abstract to the material, encompassing all aspects of life, whether you've achieved what you've wanted or not. That's creation. When I read that, it really made me think about how much I go through my life experience not recognizing the creation I'm doing. I'm following, even by what seems to be following rules and following orders and following steps to achieve certain things, I am creating it, because if I hadn't took that first step to follow that first step, it wouldn't happen. I am creating it. You are creating it. When you cook a meal, you are creating it, of course, with all of your wonderful, beautiful music. I think music and art is one of the things, two of the things that I see most glaringly as creation. And because I have never had that ability, I didn't think I was creative. But I create a lot of different things. Think of the things you create every day. The joy that I know Dave creates when he helps these, assists in bringing these song days to some of the people he goes and helps. And so much of everything we're doing is creating, because if we hadn't taken any action at all, it wouldn't happen. Someone else might have done it. However, when I do it, I create it. I am putting my own divine ability to work and creating it differently and uniquely. Even if I follow the same recipe for a meal, for a cake, my cake is not going to be the same as anybody else's cake, because it's got my energy in it, my intention in it, and it's my creation. This is so important when we think about manifesting the things we want in our lives. When we recognize all the things we create every day, We know we have the power to create abundance in whatever area of life we want it to show up. When we get into that mindset that we are creators by seeing and the awareness of what we create every day, we have more confidence when we make an intention to create something just for us. We make an intention to create that particular piece of art, or we make an intention to create more abundance for ourselves in the area of relationships, or more abundance for ourselves in the area of service, or more abundance for ourselves in the area of money. We have that power. And the importance of remembering and being aware of the power we're already using, but it's kind of under the radar. We're not recognizing it. So as we take this time, it says in here, I wish you'd think of creation more lightly. It's not just about performing grand miracles like raising the dead or turning water into wine, but also recognizing small creations like encouraging friends to order and enjoy pizza together. If I am an agent of change, then all that creation was made by me. Open your mind. When you think of creation as something simple, it can actually happen. Creation isn't about meddling in every detail of the process, checking every condition and variable. You're not going to worry about who's cooking the pizza, where the ingredients come from, or how the toppings are prepared, right? You just want pizza. And if it appears, that's all I need. Creation uses the energy of the universe. It does not follow a set recipe. Even if there were a recipe for creation, no one would know it. Imagine if God tried to explain it all. Your head might explode. We simply need to let all the ingredients of creation come from somewhere and let the universe work. In the next week, bring into your awareness the creation that you're doing, the creation that you're making. What have you created? Write it down. Become aware of the power you are using with your divine ability to make change in your life. Small things. I have, with the help of my husband, created a more lively living experience in my front yard. We now have 9 guinea hens. They're noisy. They're very funny. We started letting them out of the coop this week, and they don't want to leave. They need to take that first step. Watching these things show up, when you have your awareness about you, helps us grow in our divine power and our ability to create the life experience we want and to help others. Remember, we are all one. As I am creating, you are creating. I think when people ask me how I am, I'm going to start telling them I'm creating. In this next week, be aware. think about, what are you creating? What have you created? What small, big, and how are you feeling about that? And is that giving you more assurance of the divine power you have within you to create the best life for yourself and others? Thank you. As we get ready for our meditation, let's settle in together. Close your eyes or soften your gaze downward. Take a deep breath in and let it go. One more breath. And release anything you carried in with you today. Feel yourself here in this moment, in this body. You are not separate from the creative power that formed galaxies and set seasons in motion. That same power lives in you right now. Quietly, patiently, waiting to be recognized. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. There's nothing to force. Creative power doesn't push, it flows. Picture in your mind's eye a single point of light in the center of your chest. This is your creative center. The place where every idea you've ever had was born. Where every idea you'll ever have is already waiting. Watch that light begin to expand gently with each breath. As it grows, imagine it touching every area of your life that feels stuck or tired or unfinished. A relationship, a project, a dream you set aside. There's no need to fix anything right now. Simply let the light rest there. Creative power doesn't repair through effort. It renews through presence. Silently or in a whisper, if you like, receive these words as your own. I am a creative being. Divine imagination moves through me now. I do not manufacture my good, I allow it. Whatever I need to create is already within me, ready to emerge. Allow those words to settle like seeds into soil. There's no need to understand how they'll grow. That's not your job. Your job is to simply trust the soil. Begin to bring your awareness back to this room, this breath, this body. The light in your chest doesn't dim. It simply continues quietly as it always has. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, know that you carry this creative power with you into this service, into this week, into whatever you are being called to bring it into. When you're ready, open your eyes.
Thank you, Unity. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, thank you. So, the cosmos works in mysterious ways. And I, being here today, is part of one of those mysteries. And Doug invited me out today, which is wonderful. So, and once again, thanks everybody for that. And we were talking about, which song should I do? And he said, do that Jamie Lula song again. Everybody seemed to like it. So we're going to do the Jamie Lula song. There's a healing going on.
That was Dwight. Dwight was not going to be in town, and that's why we got Jeff Bruner on bass, which is always a blessing. Always great to have. We have the Jeffs, Jeff Bruner on bass and Jeff G on piano, and so it turns out Dwight could be in town. So I said, "Well, come on down."
Yeah, I'm not going to say I wasn't supposed to be here because I'm obviously supposed to be here today. 1, 2, 3. Let me walk to the banks of the river above love, where the current runs deep, baptized by the one, where the no separation in the light is all we see. Honoring all our differences, love will set us free. Oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing
qualified. Let's not forget, but learn to forgive. God knows we gotta try. It's my responsibility to heal the wounds in me. Passion, faith, and hope, and love and truth will set us free. Oh, oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. Oh, I said, oh, you rock my soul. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul. Oh, you rock my soul.
Thank you.